Episode 10 of the Fusewrights Union. We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
I have moved, so it might be echoey.
You have moved. It is echoey, but we can hear
I now live in an apartment with more than 4 doors.
That's good.
Wow.
Previously, I only had 4.
My office is probably similar to yours, and in order to get it not echoey, half of my walls are covered in fabric, so...
Oh, I put up cardboard and stuff yesterday to try to help. This is better.
It used to be worse.
It used to be less.
Linoleum.
Linoleum, oh no.
Linoleum floors.
That's a shit problem.
They told me it was wood, and I didn't believe them. And it's linoleum that looks like wood.
I'm so surprised.
Oh,
well, what you can do is go down to a hardware store and get their stick-down carpet tiles that are like, I think, 2x2 or something like that. Just don't stick them down. Just put them down around the room, and it'll absorb a lot of that.
The thing is, I wanted to be... this room is not just for computer craft stuff.
Yeah.
So the linoleum floors are an advantage for everything but this.
Yeah.
Fair.
That's the thing. So apparently there was some leaked Assassin's Creed Valhalla gameplay that I'm looking at right now.
It's the same as every other Assassin's Creed game, I'm sure.
Okay, I'll put the link. Hold on, we're going to lose chat for a sec for me to put the link in here.
Apparently, Assassin's Creed was supposed to be a spin-off of Prince of Persia.
Oh, I'm not surprised by this.
Really?
Yep.
I found that out very recently.
I can see it now. Like playing the first one, I can see it.
Oh yeah, the first one especially. I'm looking at this. It's actually several minutes of it. This looks very similar in gameplay and UI to Odyssey. But that isn't the problem I had with Odyssey. The problem I had with Odyssey was the sheer scale and monotony.
The problem I have with Valhalla is... show me the silent assassin Viking. Where does it exist?
I'm looking at the gameplay. This is not a silent assassin Viking. This is a warrior. And it has now Red Dead Redemption 2 cinematic horse camera. I'm looking at this now.
Horse cam?
Cinematic horse cam.
Right.
So
does weather affect the horse anatomy? Because if it doesn't, I'm out.
I have not seen any weather.
Very important.
I don't know if they have weather. Have Assassin's Creed ever had weather systems?
Did they have any?
I don't think you can make
Black Flag did have storms,
Viking
right.
game without getting trapped in like a storm at sea.
I hope you're right.
You can't.
Yeah.
Like
Outside
if you're gonna check all the boxes,
ocean
that's
storms.
a box.
I meant land weather systems, like dynamic rain or things like that.
I remember it being soggy in places, but I think they were just naturally soggy.
Okay.
Yeah, skipping through this. Like near the end of the video, you're in a storm, but I don't know if that like came about or if it's like
a cutscene storm or a random storm.
It might be a storm.
It might be story storm because then there's like a crap ton of like fire arrows that get shot at your boat.
Yeah.
All right. I feel like this is not a leaked gameplay footage. I feel like this is a PR for
leaked.
Yeah.
Gameplay footage.
Yeah.
That's possible.
Yeah, leaked as in it didn't come through the official channel, but they wanted it out anyway.
I'm looking at the girl version of her. She looks... I have not played Hellblade, but she reminds me a bit of the protagonist of Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice.
You need to play Hellblade.
Why do they look different? Why do the white-robed assassins need to have different...
Well, if you even go through their own story that they set up, the Assassin's Order was created in, like, Egypt. And then they're like the first like order was in like the Middle East where you play as Altair. So why the fuck are they in Norway?
I feel like with Odyssey,
connection.
In Odyssey, you weren't part of the assassins. You were a random like Greek person who happened to be like an ancestor of modern day assassins who was just killing everyone killing an evil cult.
So it's just using the dumb assassin machine. But we've thrown the assassin premise to the wayside.
You are unassassin lowercase a, I guess is what I would call it. I don't think the creed is literally mentioned in the past.
You're a murderer.
Serial killer.
You're
like a murderer for hire.
Semi-justified serial killer, yes.
During the Peloponnesian War.
You're a mercenary.
Listen.
They call you a mercenary, so that's exactly what it is. You know, once you level up, you can eventually just take no fall damage even if you jump off cliffs. So it's a thing.
Aren't you like a demigod in that game or something like weird?
Yes, basically. Once you level up enough, there's weird powers you can get, and you fight. I think I killed the Cyclops and the Minotaur. There's stuff like that. Why is my lighting? I'm not. That's why I'm.
Wait. So this went from a historical franchise to Cyclopses and Minotaurs?
Yes. The answer is yes.
I have not played since like Assassin's Creed Italy.
Oh, I'm glad I stopped at Black Flag.
Oh, I didn't play Black Flag.
The thing that got me into that game was the warning in the front where they're like, historians and psychologists were employed to make this thing. I was like, that's cool. You know, that's why I liked about that entire lore thing.
Yeah.
But if they're going off the track like that.
Yeah,
Odyssey,
like even as like literally I'm studying to get my history degree, even as like a huge history nerd, it was a slog to get through Assassin's Creed 3. Like as an American, it was a slog to get through 3. It's all about American history.
American history is so boring.
It is. Odyssey was the first one to add any supernatural elements beyond the like sci-fi tech thing. Yeah.
No, the first one was. They had all those like cutscene videos of like the first humans and possible genetic manipulation.
But what they explained at the time is it's sci-fi tech, and actually that's also what they explain away here. But they still have it's ancient artifacts caused the Cyclops and Medusa and the Minotaur, including a freaking maze. Also Atlantis. They have the whole thing. There's this DLC called The Lost Fate of Atlantis. It's a thing.
I get to murder people in Atlantis?
I think so. I have not bought that DLC. I don't even own the game. My friends own the game, and I played it on their Xbox and finished the main story and was severely disappointed because it turns out the happy ending is really boring. Go for the bad ending where you kill everyone, because it turns out that you can just make friends with everyone, and then the ending of the story, if you make friends with everyone, is just sitting down at a family dinner. I'm like, no, I haven't seen you in decades. I literally just met you. Who are you? I care about one of the people of my family. And everyone else, my character shouldn't care about, in my opinion. It felt like
that ending.
The first act
feels like a Fast and Furious ending.
Yes, it felt like the first act was done, and then more stuff should have happened, or something like that. And it was just nope, whole story. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Hamilton was good.
Yes.
That's that.
Speaking of American history.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of, I have no ideas for how to segue this into Blades.
Oh, well, I realized the pairing that we need now to write a musical are Lin-Manuel and Taika Waititi. We need them together.
That's
a pairing I didn't know I needed until I thought about
that's
it.
the new animated sing-along feature.
Or just What We Do in the Shadows, the musical.
Now, see, I don't like have you seen the FX show for that? It's not super great.
No.
Like, the movie was amazing, but...
Okay. So, time, it's been 2 weeks. We skipped a week. People were busy. Last time on Blades in the Dark. What happened exactly? You guys went...
2 weeks
some
ago,
bombs in a prison.
We did prison bomb. Yeah, I think that's all we did.
We successfully.
Nothing else. You successfully. Actually, that went very well.
We did prison bomb. We took care of Ulf, and then
got slaughtered by the demons of Zatara.
You assisted Ulf, and then betrayed him, also. And then
we betrayed no one.
You technically didn't directly act against him. You acted against his boat, and you asked some demons to kill him. But you technically didn't kill him.
We didn't kill him.
Oh,
it's not our fault.
Yeah. Last session was all downtime.
Was it?
It was.
I thought we did that job. Was it?
No. We did
that job.
Yeah, the prison job last time.
And then we had the conversation.
Oh, did we finish? Oh,
yeah, that was
right.
At the beginning. It was prison job at the beginning, but that was only like an hour, I think, for the whole thing. And then the last 3 hours was downtime and free play. Stuff has happened.
And I forgot to kill Ghost Ulf, so I could spend a coin to do that. After this.
You can spend a coin to do that? Do you think it's going to be that easy?
I have electroplasmic ammo. I just pop him a few times.
I'm sure he'll be fine with that. Ulf would have been easy. Just shoot him once or twice and he's dead in life. He's much easier to kill now as a ghost.
Yes,
Of course.
Yes, he is easier to kill as a ghost.
Also, though we have yet to see these in action in scenes, a few clocks have filled. So that's happening. I've also deleted the clocks that were no longer relevant or had already filled and been used up.
So do we still have downtime actions? I don't remember.
There are
Some
two
of us do.
that I know of. Yeah, I have one in my bonus, I believe.
Yes.
I have a downtime action, but it sounds like I think there's going to be a bunch of free play coming up.
Well,
I think we left off with Zaid in Deckard's room, polishing his guns,
So,
telling him this.
Deckard
Right. Rescued Castellan, and then she
Castle-
stormed out.
and
Yeah.
Adric had a three-way tense conversation. She left and stormed out after basically hating you for rescuing her. Let's call it that. And then Grine went upstairs, and Zaid was there, hanging out, waiting for him, innocently polishing a pistol.
Of course,
Because
heart calm.
Yes.
Oh, the cheating on your dead sister wasn't the tipping point. It's the participation, unknowing participation in the murder of innocent civilians.
Listen,
rescue us.
That's the big
Let's
one.
just go into the scene, I think. Are we ready to just have this in character?
Sure.
Yeah, let's do this.
Perfect. So
Who talks first? Do you talk first?
I mean, I if memory serves, just put down a chair and sat down and like looking at you, sort of tired and just not willing to deal with anything at this point because fuck today.
That's true.
Just got punched in the face, like not having a good time.
So Zaid's polishing. Hold on, what's the name of his pistols? I named them.
Oh, you did name them.
Of course you named your pistols.
Oh, he's ironically polishing Justice.
Compensate much? Oh.
And he goes, a little birdie told me that about a certain alchemical agent I thought you might know a thing or two about called Heart Calm.
Yeah. So I may know a thing or two about the substance. What do you need to know?
Everything.
It is. I'm forgetting actually what it does. Oh no, it suppresses the respiratory and cardiovascular functions of a human over the course of several days, and they die painlessly, but they know it's coming.
Unless they don't.
Even if it were administered in a subtle fashion, the last day it would be obvious to anyone. You just get more and more lethargic until you fall asleep and you don't wake up by the sudden interest.
He wouldn't laugh. I'm trying to think of what he would say. So was Zaid told like just
If you
Grind
want,
knows about?
You can show him a newspaper.
Sure.
I'll describe what is on the newspaper.
Yeah, I'll just toss him a newspaper.
Okay. On the newspaper, the Skovland consulate has revealed, somehow they got their hands on and have publicly revealed the scientific paper that you helped write, Grind, detailing the chemical, the invention of this chemical, what it does, and it is somehow fully, there's no redacted parts at all. Every name of every author is on this. Exactly what it does, in details of what the chemical does to people. This is far before the incident, of course. I imagine this is probably at least 6 months before. It has a date on it. but it is there. And the Scotland consulate has published this as it's sort of like, they don't of course have their own newspaper, but they provided this to the Inquisition of like startling revelation that they have found, and yeah, so that's in the news, just like everyone can see it.
Zaid, this is my work. I worked at and he is stumbling over his own words at this point, but I'm forgetting the name of the damn university because I haven't looked at the lore in a
It's either
little
Charter
bit.
Hall University or Duskwall Academy, I think.
I think it was the academy, wasn't it?
I think it was actually the university.
I think it's Charter Hall, actually. Yeah, they have a
Duskwall Academy is more like military leadership.
alchemical thing. Yeah. But yeah, he's like, at Charter Hall, I've worked on several projects for the didn't know at the time, but the Empire was funding most of them.
You didn't know what it'd be used for?
I mean, I had suspected that it would be used for, as a purpose that it obviously would be used for, but no, I had no idea that they would use it on their own people. It was something to be developed to discourage further war. The Unity War had just ended. The Empire wanted a weapon of mass destruction, something to strike fear into their enemies. I could not have known that they considered their own people enemies. A defeated people at that.
What else did you work on?
Several projects which are probably of little to no consequence. As far
Did you think that was of little to no consequence? The heart calm? Anything can be used against us.
Yeah, Zaid, I've learned this firsthand. I knew exactly what had happened when Thera came home and started exhibiting symptoms. Why do you think I quit? Why do you think I'm doing what I'm doing? That life was much easier.
Why didn't you tell me?
It took a long time for me to admit to myself that I had killed my own wife. I have not come to terms with any of it. Many people have died because myself and Stasia and several other notable and good people developed a tool for an unjust government. I have no excuses other than ignorance, and you know me, ignorance is not an excuse. So I work every day, trying to make it a little better. And keeping this a secret is a problem for you, I understand, but if it was known, I would not be able to do what I'm doing now. And tomorrow, they look very different than yesterday. Especially with this, and I throw the newspaper onto the ground.
You know people are going to come after you.
And I feel that is earned, yeah? At least I did what little I could do. And when justice comes, well, it comes. There are others that No. Hutton knows. He was angry at first, but understood the circumstances and realized that I could be more helpful to him. Alive.
I think you could be more helpful to everyone alive, Grind.
Well, let's see if we can test that theory.
I think
If I can stay alive.
he's gonna uncock the gun at this point. Well, there's gonna be all those people coming after you. Pretty sure. Sierra's not gonna be too happy,
No.
especially because you slept with your friend.
I've been meaning to talk to you about that, but I don't exactly have the moral high ground at the moment. What the hell did you do, Zaid?
Well, you told me that she told you that since she wasn't with some of her friends anymore, she'd slowly start to lose herself.
Yeah.
So
that is the natural way of these things, apparently.
So
you decided to do what? Put her in some kind of other vessel?
You know I've been going to talk to Skurlock.
Ah, yeah, Skurlock. That's probably the greatest idea.
I mean, every
Zaid,
other
you're a
option
fucking
took too much
genius.
time. Every other option took too much time. We can't make a robot we don't know how to build. We can't just feed her people. I thought Skurlock's method, we could find a way for her not to eat people until we figure out how to fix her. Thought it would be a nice surprise. Turns out
you put her into another body and expected her not to eat. Did you talk to Skurlock at all about the effects of putting a dead human inside of a meat bag?
He told me the basics of people like him need to feed on just essence. Doesn't have to be fangs and neck. It could be vegan. I thought you were a smart
do
guy.
not confer vital essence. It needs living components.
Right. I thought you're a smart guy. You could, make a protein juice.
Blood bank.
Yeah, blood bank.
Juice bags. For a juice box, get some straws.
Yeah, get a Capri Sun, when she's feeling a little peckish. Just
Did Skurlock give you some kind of reduced timetable or something where this could not be done after you had talked to me about it?
I thought time was of the essence, and I acted.
And don't get me wrong, Zaid, you are in the right to act. You are her brother. You have this right. But I feel this was ill-advised.
I accept that.
I am hearing your anger, and I accept it.
Just as you heard my anger, I'm hearing your anger, and I accept it. Like I accepted yours. So now we're good now. I didn't shoot you. You didn't acidify me. We're good.
Yeah. Do you know where she went?
No. I'm trying to track her. Last scent I picked up of her, me and what's my bird's fucking name again?
Varric, I think.
Varys. Varys caught her scent outside of the room where it happened. I heard about your friends firing.
Yeah, it's another.
Yeah.
tangled mess I have gotten myself into.
Listen, I get the like triangle stuff, like my ex-girlfriend shot at us like the other day. We're good.
That was your ex-girlfriend?
I mean, conversation for another time.
But perhaps you should learn to remain friends with these people. They wouldn't shoot at you.
Listen, she was part of the squad. We had a thing. She went on a mission and didn't come back. I kind of thought she was dead.
So I see we have similar problems.
Except, now.
Except you turned mine into a bloodthirsty killing machine. Yours already was.
Listen, we have a type. We both have the same type.
We'll get into your Freudian analysis later.
Brian, before, I don't think Cira was like she is now before she died, was she?
No. She was just
not a vampire.
She was a nice person, but incensed and indignant about the situation she and her people were in.
Yeah, but she wasn't like a soldier or a fighter. She would not have been someone who would have joined Ulf's gang if she was alive or anything like that.
No, I mean, she wouldn't have even gone to the protest if she knew it wasn't going to be orderly. At least it's she wouldn't go to things that would turn into riots. You know.
Yeah.
Shoot, what was I gonna say? I forgot. Never mind. I had a comment that was relevant, but I forgot.
So things we need to work on as friends. Bring each other in when we make significant others / family members vampires.
I feel as that is a very limited scenario.
You never know when you're friends with Skurlock.
I talked to Skurlock about, maybe setting up in case I kick the bucket early. He hasn't made it yet. I just thought if Cira's a good test run, we could all set up vampire bodies.
Fitting for fangs, are you?
And then we need to find Cira, and we need to get out as far ahead of this heart calm thing as possible.
Yeah.
Show the people you have tried to atone.
Do you guys have a working doorbell?
I would think so. We have it's secure as hell out there, so I would.
I think. Well, you guys, I assume, have someone working, watching the door. Then one of your gang members.
Yeah.
No, probably. Yeah.
Okay.
Bob, whatever his name is.
Yeah. He's like, hello.
Desk,
they're not looking at someone specific. They're not in your room, but you hear him calling for someone to come to the front. Someone's here to see you. Should I send him away?
Let's calm down. I'll call down. No, we'll be there in a minute.
All right, I'll tell him to wait.
Another time, but I may have an idea how we can capitalize on this situation.
Okay. I'll post up in case it's someone here to kill you, and I pull out from behind his bed my sniper rifle.
Okay.
I just had it there just in case he ran.
So now that scene's over, I'll show you my upgrade that I just picked because I didn't have to use it, but.
Yes.
Oh.
Just in case.
I still think this would have went off first.
That is
fine.
True. That is true.
I would have been able to spit on you before I died, though.
What did you pick?
Stand still.
Oh.
Ooh.
What does standstill do?
It's paralytic.
Okay. Nice.
Useful.
So is it a saliva or is it
I can push myself to either secrete it through my skin, spit it at someone, or exhale it as a vapor.
Oh, you don't have to pick now?
Nope.
No, you just pick the drug.
That's
pick how it
conditional.
uses. Yeah.
It's just
Gross.
infused
you
in.
Toxified yourself.
Yep.
I'm only imagining the Rick and Morty scene where he's in the Oval Office and Rick's like, "Don't touch me, you will die instantly."
All right. So looking outside the window from above, Zaid.
Just real quick, housekeeping point. We had talked about it, but I added. We're still all cool with this being the upgrade.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
So we get synchronized.
Yep. And then I ended up taking. I took an upgrade. I think. I just want to make sure I have all the stuff. I guess I took revolutionary. So
Nice.
Very nice.
Oh yeah.
And this is a good turning point to start like hitting the institutions. I think like there's motivation now.
Yeah. Okay. Any of you guys can be there if you want to be. This is obviously like not long after the whole Caslin left situation. I'm looking.
Slips down the stairs. We'll have a bucket.
Yeah, I'm grabbing like an ice pack to put on my face because it's currently swelling up, and I'll be down in a minute.
Okay.
I'll go down, like, to see who's at the door. Okay. Not like I'll peek to see if it's someone I know in case I need to like mask up.
You've never seen this person before. They're extremely well dressed in like a nice suit, but with no fancy jewelry, no anything that they look like someone who is probably a servant of some kind, but of someone extremely wealthy is immediately what you tell. Like super high quality, no decorations.
We need to kill this person immediately.
They are of Skovlandic heritage, but they don't have a beard. They're like trim and like smooth shaven and have like slick back hair. Yes, and they have like a bowler hat on and like it's often raining in Duskwall, so they have a coat on and stuff, but it's nice. And they're just like waiting there politely.
Mm-hmm.
They don't. So. At some point, after this person has stood there for not significant, but an amount of time, so they've had enough time to really sit in the room and notice that no one has come to greet them. Then Hitchlock will come up,
Okay, so they were let in. They're like in a waiting area for the.
Yeah, I'd like to imagine I like peeked down the stairs and saw them and went, oh shit, I gotta go get dressed, and I run upstairs and like I'm putting on my outfit as
and Hicks was at the stairs at the top the whole time just waiting to give the dramatic pause of we have something better to do today than talk to you.
Yeah.
You just hear the henchmen down there offering him like
what are we doing here?
He's like, he actually hangs his coat up on the coat hanger, which I don't think anyone has done before.
No.
Yes.
The arm that it hangs on just, breaks off. He didn't do that.
Yeah,
we have fixed the house. Like, it works.
It does. It's better. It probably has broken before and then you replaced it, so it's okay.
Yeah, it's a serviceable coat hanger now. It's not like nice and ornate, but it's a serviceable coat hanger, and there's like a bench that you could put like boots on it. There's like Hicks's coat in a pile on that bench.
Yep.
Not on the coat rack, things like that.
Okay.
After he's had time to ruminate with
he's like
the silence and emptiness, and our assistant Hicks comes down.
He immediately stands up, takes off his hat out of his head and like puts it to his chest and bows slightly. And he says, "Hello."
I give him a salute.
My name is Morlin. I'm here on behalf of the Lady Thala. Actually, did I not write down her name here? Oh, here we go. Lady Thala Colburn, whose manor you are currently residing in.
Prove it.
Of course. I have here with me a letter with a non-binding copy of the deed, right here, as well as a letter from her stating that while she was previously indisposed for some time, the Lady Colburn is now ready to return to residence at this manor, and we kindly ask that you depart at your earliest convenience, no later than 1 month.
I would return, ask that your lady speak with our patron, Lord Skurlock, about our residence in this manor.
Of course. He name drop Lord Skurlock. He's like, yeah, no, he's like, of course. Well, you may tell this Lord Skurlock that
he's right down the road. I'm not your errand boy.
Yes, then you have the letter back.
Are in fact the errand boy.
What? I guess it doesn't matter what time of day it is. Yeah, it's always dark. Never mind.
It's never sunny in Duskwall. I think that's it. Yeah. He asked for the letter back. Do you give him the letter back?
Why would I give it back to him?
It's non-binding.
That's fine.
It's like, can you have copies made for
He is
Review?
taking everything in stride. He's like, of course. Well, I will just go speak to this. But if you have any questions or your patron, you may find us at Strangford Manor in White Crown.
So you have a place to live.
Fuck.
Hold on.
Simon
I gotta look that
Googling.
up.
Strangford,
no.
all of you in character know, Strangford himself is the head of the Leviathan Hunters and possibly the most powerful man in the city.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
If not
bad.
the, then one of them. And he says, yes. Now, Lady Theda is currently staying at his estate and is in very good favor with him, but she hopes to move in here as soon as possible. I will go talk to your patron. And he, goes to leave, unless you want to stop him.
No. He gets to talk to the vampire before we finish this conversation.
Okay. Cool. Does anyone else stop him from going, or does he step outside and go to Lord Skurlock's manor?
The bird
No,
follows him.
Yeah, I'm not walking out there because political ramifications of current newspapers and whatnot.
You stay.
You can stop him before he actually goes outside if you want to, is what I mean.
I think he's gonna
He
get
takes a sec to
Phoenix
put
in
on
an
his coat.
alleyway.
No, I don't want Grind's name being associated with a bunch of squatters because that just means, hey, get the cops to get that traitor out of there. No.
Fair.
On his way either to Lord Skurlock or from Skurlock's to where he's going, he's gonna get jumped.
Okay, you pick, frankly.
You're gonna jump him.
Ooh.
I'm just gonna corner him in an alleyway.
Okay. Do you want Skurlock's isn't that close by. It's just the closest place with power. It's probably a block away with a few alleyways.
It's in the same. It's in the same
It's
neighborhood.
in the same neighborhood,
Yeah.
but it's not like the house next door.
Yeah.
So, do you want to jump him now or wait till after he meets with Skurlock?
I want to see how he looks after he meets with Skurlock.
Okay, I will make a roll.
See if he even comes back out of the building.
So Skurlock's dice. Okay, that's a 6. But
Yep.
I'm also rolling for this person's dice. And they're also actually quite.
5.
He's still just a servant.
Wait, is Lord Skurlock not
What?
a faction?
It's literally identical.
Is Skurlock not a faction?
Skurlock is a faction.
He is.
He's a tier 3 faction by
He's a
himself.
tier 3 faction, and this fool is also tier 3?
He is, so the way that this works is he's not a tier 3 faction, this Baldur by himself, but he is quality 3 when it comes to interacting with nobility. Yeah,
Yeah.
this guy's that's his whole life.
Yeah, he
All right.
probably represents a tier 3 faction, so
Fine.
he is a tier 3.
Fine.
So I think that the way this works, because they got identical dice rolls, this guy comes out, he doesn't look scared, but he knows never to come back to Lord Skurlock's house again, unless invited. But he hasn't been eaten, he hasn't been actually scared off. When I guess I imagine you're watching Zaid, he knocks on the door. It doesn't magically open this time, I think because he wasn't expected. And then when the door creepily opens, again he's just "Good evening. I would like to speak to Mr. Skurlock, please." And they have a conversation. And even during then, he is almost "Oh, okay, this is not
It's not
this
worth
is
it.
not a normal person. He doesn't want me to come here. This is obviously a misunderstanding. I'm gonna just leave now." And I think Lord Skurlock will remember that you sent this guy your way. And
He is legitimately our patron. He is the one
He
that
is
paid for
legitimately
that
your
new coat
patron.
rack.
You are correct. But
he's
I
gonna get
don't
us some
think he
squatters, Mike.
intended you to send every single bill to
No.
him in that way.
It's not sending every bill. It's sending someone who has questions about what we're saying, which he's a patron of. That is his department.
That is for you to discuss when he brings it up.
Wait.
But yeah, no,
Cool.
when you see him walking away from Skurlock's manor, and he is not pale and crying.
Oh, okay.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah. If he walks through an alley, or if I can easily pull him into a dark
It's dusk
alley,
wall.
I will do
Yes,
so.
always. Okay.
I feel like there's a lot of dark alleys in Six Towers.
Yeah, lots of tall buildings. Yeah, there would be.
Yeah, tall buildings and rundown streets means dark
An,
alleys.
an abandoned district. There's tons of empty alleys. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, you just think, oh dear. As soon as you pull
Yeah.
him into the alley.
I pull him and slam him against the wall. What do you want with those people in that building?
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I was just delivering a message from my lady.
Slam him again.
Okay, yeah, he's
Who's
like,
your lady? What does she want?
She owns the estate. She just wants to live there. It's her family's manor. Her mother lived there.
Do we know how long they've been gone?
Do you want to do a flashback? It would be a stress to do the flashback to have studied the history of the manor.
Sure.
Okay. Cool.
Teamwork.
Yeah, it's a group action.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Teamwork. I have study at 1.
This might have been like
Zero,
right
but
after
sure.
he left. You were like right after he left, in between jumping him, would be like, all right, what do we actually know about this place?
Yeah. Like, what squatters' rights do we have? If they haven't been here for 100 years, it's ours.
Yeah,
I can lead it.
cool.
Okay.
All right.
Do you want me in it with dice?
Do you have 0 dice?
Yeah.
You don't have to.
Zeros are if you have
I feel
zero,
like
don't
all
worry.
I'm gonna do is give you stress here.
Yeah, that's fair. Position and effect don't matter, right?
For this is free play. It does matter. Unless you're using
Oh,
a
okay.
downtime action, but I don't think you
I
have
was been
time
studying.
for
I went out scoping your alley.
that. So your position is controlled, of course. You're just doing this in the safety of your base. Your
Yeah.
effect here would be standard. You do have
Extreme.
Increased by the workshop.
No,
We
I
do
think
have-
that's mostly for studying scientific stuff, isn't it? This is more.
It's
just
for
history.
It doesn't
anything.
specify.
Yeah, it actually is for anything. It says library and stuff, so I'm sure there would be, since
Okay.
it's a noble's house, there's probably a peerage book in there.
Then yeah, you do have that. So it'd go up to great into like the family history and stuff like that. Hopefully it isn't
Yeah.
that decayed. Okay.
Devil's bargains?
Nay. 1.
Okay.
I'll
And
take that already.
Devil's Bargain for you.
Why is it going
That doesn't work.
Chanting ghost shenanigans.
I'm good with that. There's no reason for it, but I'm good with that.
There's no reason for it.
Or spirit wardens learn of another vampire.
I think
Or
I think chanting
Or-
is shenanigans. Spirit Wardens have other things in their mind right now.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take it. So
Okay.
great.
So the tick on that clock goes up by 1. It is now at 5 out of 8. A 6.
I got a 6.
All right. So
wait, we got one
then
more dice to roll.
I'm trying to roll. None of my rolls were going through, so I reloaded, and it's taking forever for some reason. There we
We're
go.
back on now.
Yep.
We got that new power. We got to use it.
True.
Yeah.
If we get another 6, then it's a crit.
Yeah, we got our teamwork power.
Mm-hmm.
There it goes.
4.
Okay.
So I just take the 1 stress from the
Yeah, 1
flashback and
stress.
1 from
Yep.
you.
Yep.
So
Okay.
I'll tell you what you got with standard effect, and I'll tell you what you get in addition with great effect. The as you read into this house is old, like probably a couple centuries old, consistently renovated and kept up. When this seems that this lady that the servant serves herself, she was stricken from the family line, basically. Not legally, but basically she has been all but legally disowned. Legally, she does actually own the house. But her family like hated her and stuff like that. When the mother passed away years ago, she was in prison, as you are combing through also like records, and she has been released from prison recently. As a result of, for some reason, they have like spacing issues and had to release some of the least dangerous prisoners.
Yeah.
So they released her. She was imprisoned for blackmailing the wrong magistrate, specifically.
Does it say which magistrate?
Mhm.
Not one that is actually in. I don't think
Still around.
this was like. This person is probably in. Actually, do the math. The lady is probably in her 40s, and she was imprisoned when she was probably in her early 20s. The magistrate is no longer is retired now. He's still probably
Okay.
alive though, but he's retired.
Maybe he's a friend of Roland.
Perhaps.
Maybe Roland released him.
Now, the laws say, basically, the laws greatly favor nobility. She has every right here. But you know with your criminal minds that if you can get the original deed and alter it and pass that off as the original, then you can make it look like the best thing. It looks like she was genuinely stricken from it, including legally, and she no longer has the right to this house. You also know where that deed is kept, though that's the bad news. This house is old enough that the original deed...
Don't say it.
They have an account with the Foundation.
Yeah! Let's take down the city planners!
I mean, there is also the Adric option. Like, no lady, no claim.
Yes, that is an option too.
Or we just never get her message. This guy ends up in the river.
I mean, that's
Sorry, we sent the check last week. What are you talking about?
I spent your time studying scoping alleys. If you'd like, I can be here too.
So yeah, that's what you know when you you know.
Well, the study, this was like months ago. We were like looking at the house. We're like, can we actually set up base here? Oh, it should be fine.
Yeah, she's in jail.
She's in jail.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? She's in jail.
What could possibly happen to get her out of there?
Okay. Man, because the thing is, I think I have to murder this dude. Because if he doesn't come back, he's last seen at Skurlock's.
Leaving.
People don't
Skurlock's.
typically come back from Skurlock's.
He was
That was a track record.
I will definitely use a flashback to help you out here. This is murder. I'm okay with this.
I mean, you can just be there. This is present day right now with you having.
Yeah, the flashback was for the study.
Yeah, the guy's completely unarmed.
Yeah. What did you talk with Skurlock about?
I asked him about the manor, and all he said that it.
It's what? Spit it out! And I slam him against the wall again.
He said that he paid for the people to live there, but he wasn't in charge of the house. He said it wasn't his business. I was just going to report everything back to the lady. Please, I have no money, not on me, but I'm sure the lady would pay a great deal for my safe return.
How many coins is your wife, whatever the fuck
How
you
many
want?
coins is your wife? What are you...
How much for your women?
How much is your life
I
worth
couldn't
to
say.
her?
Maybe perhaps 3 coin? Truly, that's a lot.
Make it 4.
Yes, I will ask my lady, out of the kindness of her heart and the wealth of her account, to provide you with 4 coin for my safe and unharmed return to Strangford Manor.
Are we intending to collect?
It's just
The thing is, I can't collect that. I'm pretty sure he knows I can't collect that.
protector of Char Hollow, extortioner of footmen.
Hey, he works for the bourgeois.
Adric's on your shoulder.
He's still a working class individual. Like
Yeah,
he-
you got a job.
Listen. Worst case, he's a class traitor. He's working with the bourgeois.
Oh,
Here's
definitely
my
a class
question to you,
traitor.
Phoenix.
He's trying to kick out squatters.
I assume you're
Class traitor.
I assume you're in full getup, right, Phoenix?
Yeah.
Is it obvious to people that you are at least a Skovlander from your getup, or can they not even tell that?
Probably like his facial structure is like Skov.
Okay.
Like
I
they might
think
be able
he
to
does
guess that he's
He
Skov.
says, "Please, from one Skovlander to another, I beg you for my life." He's like trembling. He is pale. You have definitely scared him more than Skurlock.
Yeah, this guy was like the best butler in Scotland, and then the Unity War happened and tore down his whole structure, and now he had to go work for some lady that was in prison.
Adric steps forward and asks, "Why does your lady want the house?"
Oh shit.
You just out Batman'd Batman.
Yeah, he like looks at you, looks between you two, kind of like, "Is it okay if I can talk?" And then, if with the pause, assuming that he can, he says, "It is her only last family heirloom. The lady is sentimental for things of family value. She has so few left. All she wants to do is now retire in the house and spend the rest of her days there. She's quite harmless. Benevolent,
Buy
even.
a one next door.
How much do you actually care about her? Or is she just patting your pockets?
The lady is a kind and honorable woman. I would die for her.
Lucky day. Stab.
if there's two things the Phoenix doesn't love, it's the bourgeois and simps.
This is dumb.
God, I don't know if it's worse if he goes back and tells her that, like, yo, these people are weird, or if he just doesn't come back at all.
You've dug this hole. You figure out what to put in it.
If we don't want to kill him, we do have vault, and I found out that even with one vault, we've got a prison cell. So we could
Ooh.
that.
Play the noble game. Take a hostage.
Exactly.
See, I'm going to let you know now. If you bring back a butler and lock him in our prison, Hicks will just free him and send him back. Like, I'm just telling you, this is what Hicks will do if you literally
But remember,
jail the
you
messenger.
get XP for that for the inner conflict for crew.
Then let's sneak him in.
Yeah. I'm gonna go.
Can I knock him out?
Yes, there's no roll needed.
Yeah.
He's just a regular guy. He has no fighting skills whatsoever.
We'll see how much she cares about you.
In which
Go
case,
ahead.
yeah.
That's your,
Now,
that's your cue.
I'm going to say one thing. If you two bring him in this house, you're going to take care of him. You're going to clean up after him. You're going to feed him.
We're gonna put a bucket in
How
his cell.
responsible do you think I am?
Yeah. Listen,
And if you choose on the furniture, he's out. I'm hard line.
Okay. Now, is any of your gang with you, or are you keeping them out of this?
I think
we're
out of
keeping
it.
them out of this. They are
Okay.
principled. This is not.
Okay. So you want to sneak him in the back door or something?
yeah.
Okay. I think I'm going to need a roll, even though it's your own base, because you've specifically secured your base against intruders, sneaking in things like back doors. This feels like a thing you would have made, like, preparations to stop people from being able to do.
That's
Fair.
fair.
So this is actually,
Teamwork.
Like a
proud.
group prowl.
this will be both of you prowling. Yeah. And obviously, I think I'd still call this controlled, because it's your own people catching you. It's just whether or not they know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to
your
teamwork
position
it?
here would be
Yeah,
great,
absolutely.
I think.
And I can take
because
the
you
stress off.
do know this place inside and out.
Yeah.
Do our thugs know which part of Zayd do our thugs know? Do they
The
know
Phoenix.
Zayd?
They know
or-
the Phoenix.
Okay.
They don't really know Zayd. Like,
Okay.
he's in Zayd get up when he's upstairs.
I was just making sure the Phoenix wasn't going to come inside. They're like, intruder, and start shooting you.
No. I think it's publicly the Phoenix, not Zayd, works with the Fusewrights, not...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, he was in full getup at the first meeting with the Crows when he first met you guys.
Yeah. So controlled, and then great.
Who's leading? And this is
Me.
great. Yes, controlled great. Okay, Adric's leading.
Cool. I'm just gonna roll it.
Yeah.
5.
And
6.
6.
Okay, so you guys get in, no problem. It's probably more like I could imagine you tell one of the guys to take some time off or like take a 5-minute break, and then while it's happening, you like signal to Adric, who, despite his size, is able to like hoist the guy over and
Fireman
bring him
Gary.
inside, and then he gets
Just
back to
pick him up by his belt.
Yeah,
We have a spare room now. Castle empty. Let's drop them there.
Lock him in the spare room.
that could work.
Yeah, let's do
Well,
that.
the vault doesn't specify
Wait,
that it's
that's
a
the-
literal.
You cut out there a little bit.
Sorry. Like, the vault doesn't mean, it means yes, we have a prison cell, but that doesn't mean the prison cell's in the vault, like in the
Correct.
basement.
Yeah, it can be
a
wherever
spare
you
room.
want it to be.
Sweet. We had Castellan's rooming in the prison cell. That'll work.
I mean,
Yeah,
I don't.
It's a room, but it's locked from the outside.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we designed a prison cell.
Okay.
No one's gonna be going around there anytime soon.
So you dump him in there.
And
He like groans, so he isn't gonna like sleep this. He's not gonna just like sleep for hours. He's probably gonna get up in a few minutes and wake up.
Yeah.
What do we do now?
Union leader meeting.
And hope the room is soundproof.
I assume you lock the door when you leave.
Yeah, lock the door.
Lock the door.
I slide some food under for him.
Great. Okay.
Here's a hot pocket.
Yeah.
I go and grab the others and, bring them over to the dining room.
Okay. Are any of the gang there? I imagine not, if it's just a leader meeting.
Just the leaders.
Well, we might have the guy that is coming back from his 5-minute break, but he sits in the foyer.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I think.
Yeah.
He
has his little desk and stuff in the foyer where he can greet people and hand out pamphlets.
Exactly.
We could have our meeting in some back, in the kitchen or whatever.
Yep.
I'm sure there's a table in the kitchen. That's how these old houses were designed anyway.
Or it's upstairs if you want to be outside of the Phoenix getup. You might have a meeting room up there.
It's a manor. We can probably have a couple, honestly.
It's a manor. There's so many rooms.
You guys are meeting
in
private. What do you...
We meet in private, we'll say upstairs.
Okay.
Well,
so in a drawing room.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad you're all here because of recent events. Not necessarily. If you all remember when we first moved in here, the documents we uncovered about the person who is now claiming to own the house?
Nod.
Okay. It would be fairly easy as long as we get the original deed, or we might be able to find her mother's will and make an amendment to that strikes the daughter from the family line. Would that not be with the...
Yeah. That is...
It would be with the foundation, or would not be with the foundation?
This also would be, because the main thing that she had left was specifically the house. For most places, it's not, but the foundation can handle that in niche cases, and this is that.
The deed has the foundation. The will would be handled by not them, but...
No, also them.
In this case, the foundation is handling it. They don't usually handle things like this, but for older families and stuff, they used to have more... They used to do more around the city, hundreds of years ago, and what's the word? They're grandfathering that service in for families who still had it.
Yeah, they just never transferred the records. They keep them.
Okay, fair enough.
Hicks, what did he give you?
I didn't read it.
This is where we find out that Hicks actually can't read.
Hicks can read, but it was being
Student.
But Hicks was trying to do the same ill-minded tactic he always has when someone comes with a problem, where I bluff my way till it's done and then I sort the pieces out. Hicks didn't read the note; he just grabbed it and then he said, "Make me copies."
Would you like to share the note with the class?
I give it back to him for copies.
Let me go get it from him as I go down.
Yeah.
I grabbed Phoenix by the shirt when he was like, "Let me go get it from him." You need get it from him.
I'll explain later. This is part of the meeting. Part of the meeting.
One moment. And
Yes.
you
Walk
can
out.
explain this. I'll go grab the note.
Oh, you go get the note. So we sent him to Skurlock, right?
Yeah,
He walked out of Skurlock's totally fine.
sure.
I talked to him very
Why?
sternly in an alleyway.
Why?
I wanted to know exactly how he felt and exactly what Skurlock told him.
Adric, at this time you get to the door, and you're beginning to hear thumping, a banging noise. It stops when, assuming he hears you approach, unless you're supernaturally quiet.
No.
And he says, "Hello? Is anyone out there? Help! I'm trapped!"
I open the door, basically trying to make sure that no, he can't pass me, and basically say,
Yeah.
"Hey, we need the note. Note,
What?
please give us the note."
The letter. Now correct me if I'm wrong, Hicks, but I'm pretty sure you refused to give that back to him when he asked.
No, I handed it back to him under the premise he was supposed to make me a copy.
Okay. Okay. He like goes to his coat, which is like on the bed still, and like starts fishing through his pockets for the letter, which is crumpled up now. And he says, "Am I a prisoner here?" He says, hands like trembling as he hands it to you.
See,
What?
and I take the note and shut the door.
Yeah, right in his face.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't
Now,
thump on the door as you leave.
what my plan is we either, this is the worst plan of the two, we could go and steal from the Foundation, which is near suicide.
Near, but possible.
Near, because they'll probably just make us ghosts and torture us endlessly.
No, the worst the Foundation will do is they'll build a new bridge and we'll be in it.
Still very bad, because then we're ghosts in a bridge. Or we take our friend, who I brought back home and locked up, and
I still have you by the scruff of like your coat.
and we turn him into our own sleeper agent.
You're
At this
willfully
point,
admitting the "I would die for her" statement that he made to you.
Alternatively,
At this point,
what we can do, and hear me out, because it's not a normal person plan, because normal people don't kidnap messengers.
We're not normal people, Hicks.
Yeah, but no one asked you to kidnap this poor messenger.
Adric, you can get back by now.
Adric wanders into the room. He was kind of reading the letter, and he's like, "Or we could give the matter back. It's hers. She has the right."
So
but where do we live? She
here
left.
is what I will tell you
here
mechanically about what this means if you lose the manor. So, and it is an 8 o'clock project to move to a new base while keeping everything and not losing out on anything. 8 o'clock long-term project. If she wants it done within a month, you have until the end of your, like, the downtime of your second job. Like, until the start of your third job to have it done. If you get removed from your manor forcefully without having moved anything out, you would lose access to your quarters upgrade, your secure upgrade, your vault, and your workshop. These could be restored, not with XP, because you already spent XP on them, but with coin and downtime actions. At 1 coin and 1 downtime action per box. Still would suck.
So it's at 8 o'clock to move out?
It's 8 o'clock to move out and keep everything and just move to a new place. If you get kicked out, it's the worst possible thing, that you will lose a bunch of your upgrades and can get them back with time and a bit of money. It's somewhat similar to like your gang dying, but a different upgrade you're losing in this case.
So for now, I propose we take this poor man who've already traumatized enough. We strip him naked. We put a blindfold on him. We put him in a box. We send him on the train. We'll give it till the train circles back around to sort this out.
We need a new place to live if we're going to give up what we have now. So
yeah, but we can't move.
Gesture's next door.
We can't do all this in a month. We need to send this guy on his little train ride while we figure this out.
Or
there's plenty of manors around.
Well, what happens when those people come back? We can't just go from manor to manor to manor.
More careful research?
Can I roll to see if Hicks has
looked for a new...
Well, because we found this place, because Hicks used to use it for parties.
Where else?
What
You know it's another place nearby.
Sure, we can go with that. You guys
I was
could
gonna
also
roll.
try to
I was
turn
gonna
some
roll.
of your turf into headquarters if you wanted to put it all in one.
We could turn the turf into headquarters, but I meant, does Hicks know? I can
Yes.
make like a study or a survey roll to help us.
Study or survey both work.
All right. I'm assuming this is just controlled as he rakes his brain
Correct.
for a place. With standard or limited?
This would be, I think.
I'm explicitly not using the library because I'm trying to do it in the moment.
Then I think this is just limited because you're in the moment and you haven't like gone house shopping. You yeah.
It's just where did you used to party?
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think real fast. I got a 3. I don't.
Okay. So I think. Oh, I brought up the wrong map. Looking at what you do know about this place is many of the manors, even though they are abandoned, there's always someone nearby, like some of the nosy neighbors who will like report any squatters. This is one of the few places that you don't have that person in this block. But if you move out of this block, you can't think of anywhere else in Six Towers right now that isn't at least at risk of that, if it's still an abandoned manor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Like if we turn the turf into,
I mean, you could
our
try
new
to.
base.
The other place you used to party was in Daydai's temple. Go back there. She'll be happy to take you back.
That's a different problem we need to sort out soon and sooner.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So if we take that turf we got and turn it into our new base, do we then lose that turf?
No, because the base is just would be one of the buildings there. Presumably, though I don't know, it's up to you. The tower in the center, not tower, like the highest building is the tower.
Yeah.
And then the rest is the turf around it.
Yeah, we have like the street.
And that's how the normal setup is, anyways.
Often, yes. So they would be separate from each other.
Yeah, so we have a place to move if we have to. So we're not. The worry is going to be, do we want to move?
Do you want, if you move slowly, because it'll take some time. You guys have a lot of stuff here, even though you're low on supplies. You still have like your workshop and a bunch of things set up and nice furniture. You got to move. Like,
yeah,
it's a process. There's not
the way
really...
I see it.
And can we set our gang on this move? Can we tell them to move for us and do some of those ticks?
Yes, I would give them one free long-term project to contribute to it every downtime, including this one, if you will set them on it immediately.
So we could always move to that old schoolhouse we took down in Crowsfoot.
What if we just go back to the bar? Take that over.
Kellen's? Guess who's back?
Kellen's on our church?
No, Kellen's is in Charles.
So we'd have to pull a score to get the
get Kellen's Tavern.
Get Kellen's.
Do we though? I mean, like the last time we were there,
if we want Kellen's explicitly and we don't have it, I would prefer us to do a score because that's justification for getting the Vice Den.
True. Yeah, and
upgrade too, and the base could be like on top or below it.
Yeah.
And then we have the Vice Den that's a literal thing we could get profit from.
Yep.
I also have a building down by the docks.
That's supposed to be your orphanage.
Yeah.
Shrug.
That's like your thing. I want that to be your thing. That's like, listen, you're like a workaholic, Edric. Like, I want you to have like your side project, right? Yeah. Like that's for you.
We don't need to take your ghost manor. We'll get to that later.
The way I see it, and he shakes the letter, like, this lady has the right. This is her. We either give it to her and move somewhere else, or she doesn't have that right or any rights anymore. Are we going to war?
I mean,
are we giving it to her?
Not over a house.
No. Where she's living, I don't think we could fight those people right now. And
I mean, mechanically, the right downtime action fixes this, right? Like, we just go to the magistrate and we're like, hey, invalidate this bitch. And if we can convince him to do that.
That is actually something you could do. That would be probably a long-term project itself to try and do before the patience runs out. No, that's totally a thing you could do. I don't think it's just one action, though. This is more like you have to wine and dine the magistrate, because you are asking them to basically do something illegal, which some of them will totally do. So
Hmm.
it probably.
Them to disinherit.
Oh, you have a positive relationship with the magistrate, or do you not anymore?
No, we
Not
lost
anymore.
it.
It's,
Okay.
it's
Too long.
neutral.
Then
Yeah.
it'd be an 8 clock. It would probably be a 6 clock if you had a positive with him.
So it's the same amount of clocks to
As
keep the
moving.
manor
But
as moving.
if you
So-
don't,
If we move
if
it,
you
we're
don't
further
do
from
it,
Lord Skirlow.
yes. But if you fail before the time runs out on this one, you might just lose the whole thing.
Hicks is
So
all
what-
about like Hicks will vote to move if that's his because that's the simplest solution is just to
Right.
move and then we continue with our work because it's not worth getting in a fight with these people about it. He doesn't.
Mechanically, though, what is moving? Like, what are we rolling in a downtime action to do that?
Oftentimes for this, it
fortune
might
roll?
be commanding your gang to do more than just their normal stuff for it. It might be driving, just like loading stuff up. So in terms of like what is moving heavy objects here, Rob,
Finesse is driving. But...
Vanessa's driving.
We have a boat. All of the heavy moving will be done on the boat.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, because
Hacking.
I'm fine with moving also, because we'd move our turf down towards Crowsfoot, next to Char Hollow. Then we could start taking turf in Char Hollow, like Kellen's Tavern.
In my opinion, moving doesn't have to just be one specific action; it's whatever you want it to be. And so, if you could include in the long-term project, looking for a nice new place would be part of the thing. If you want to spend more time looking for the perfect place within Char Hollow or within Coleridge, or I spend some time scouting out the basement or attic of Kellen's pub to see if it's good, that would be probably survey, perhaps study, and that would also add to the long-term project. So
Okay. And
I'm-
failure on that just means less clock
Correct.
filled. Like, we're not going to lose stuff if we fail.
no, you will not for any long-term.
If
project.
we don't fill the
That's-
clock within the next 2 jobs.
I was
yeah.
just talking like individual tests. Like, we're not going to lose things.
Yep.
Yeah. We talked about it a little bit earlier. I don't know if you had cut out or not, but just to clarify me if I'm wrong, the penalties for getting kicked out are that we then have to use downtime actions to get our shit back.
Downtime actions
And
and coin. 1 coin and 1 downtime action each. It is not a clock. It is 1 downtime action per box that you lose.
And it's annoying. I understand, like, that's annoying and, like, costly, but honestly, that's not the worst.
My vote's for moving.
Moving's probably
This is her
easier.
house.
Yeah, moving's easier. There's no need to fight about this. We have other things to fight besides ladies that escaped prison.
And if we get partially moved before we get kicked out, does that lose less stuff?
Yes, actually, for every tick done on the thing, you would basically lose less stuff. So the
Okay.
further
And I'd
along
say
you
move
are.
to the tower, probably in
Probably
Crowsfoot.
the tower.
You
Already reasonably fortified, and I love high places. So
Well, there may be some benefit to making rolls to find a place to move. We could find a better position somehow.
Also, don't forget the chanting
and-
ghost circle shenanigans is still a thing.
Yeah,
yeah,
and it gives us one more thing to roll for.
Yeah, I'm all about
Things in the
moving
clock.
nebulously as the clock
Yeah.
project. A nebulous move, because that means
So-
the first few ticks can be, where's a cool place?
Yep.
Yeah.
and that'll let us do things like survey and study.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool. So I think we all agree. Personally, I know where I want to move, and it's the Lost District, but I don't see how.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
No
Well,
one's
we
gonna
didn't
kick
get
us.
anyone
There is so many big houses there, and no one's gonna kick us out of there.
No one's
I want
going
to
to
get
kick
a
us out of there,
sneaking
but
upgrade.
ghosts are going to eat us out there. That's
We
the
just
problem.
we need to all take that veteran move that allows us to survive in the Deathlands. That's all.
yes.
It's not
I'm bored
Deathlands,
my
it's the Lost
miasma of
District.
the Deathlands.
You're outside of the ghost wall. It's
Can we build our
It's
own?
anonymous.
Can we build our own little like?
I can take it. It's on my list.
Yeah, it is a hound ability.
I think that's too much investment to go to the Lost District. I'm totally down with getting some turf out there, though.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. So, do we all just vote?
Maybe not this score, but I
So
do
add-
want to do some Deadlands scores.
Final
like-
question there. If we're going to do a vote, okay, then what do we do with upstairs?
Put them on a train.
Train.
Just train them.
Why?
'Cause
We're
you'll
moving. We're
kidnap
complying
him.
completely with what they want.
Well,
Yeah, until you broke the law and took a man by force into the house he was trying to get back. That may escalate the situation.
whoa. We break the law all the time. Why are you mad about this time?
Yeah, because this time
Because-
they know we did it.
Because this man name dropped Lord Strangford, right? And normal people don't do this.
So,
Then he
do
can
we
be
want
our
to send
guest
them on a
for month
train
while we move.
or send the demons?
I would be happy if we never heard his name again.
Yeah,
However
train.
that happens.
Demons.
Train.
Give them a snack. Give them a snack. We're good.
No, put him on the train. We're not murdering this. We're
We
not
could
murdering.
all
just
the
keep him
time.
for a month.
No, what? When do we murder? You murder. You murder. You murdered a lot of people. I saw the paper. We don't murder.
Personally,
Listen,
murder
Hicks.
anyone, actually. I did some research and some alchemy.
Hicks.
Hotcom doesn't kill people, people kill people.
Hicks, you realize bombs don't explode happy fun times. They explode and kill people. You've killed people with bombs.
Who did I kill?
Let's
How
see.
about the first job
the
we
red
pulled? There
sashes
were about
and
12 people in that bar.
They were
We
fighting.
blew it sky
No.
high.
Combatants. Yeah.
Combatants
Sorry.
are
Kill
not
might be the wrong term. We don't murder.
Mhm.
You murder. You murder. You murder. We don't murder.
if you want to put him in his undies on a train to the Deathlands, that's about as
It's
close
not
to
to the
murder.
Deathlands. It's to the next town over.
Through the Deathlands.
Wasn't our
Yeah.
next job going to be a train robbery anyways?
I thought it was going to be
I
a
think we
boat
were
robbery.
boosting
Gonna
the
discuss
cops.
that.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
were boosting the cops' gun
All
shipment.
right. Yeah, okay.
But I have another suggestion now, which will entail rounding up a bunch of scientists that are about to be killed.
What?
What if we don't kill him? We just throw him in the water and see if the demons get him.
No, they will.
That's not killing him.
They will. You saw what they did to.
We just throw him off a
Everyone
cliff and see
else.
if gravity kills him.
Yeah, that's not us murdering him.
That's murder. That's murder.
And you think putting him in his undies on the train to the next town over won't kill him?
No one won't.
Don't ghost attack those trains all the time.
Yeah, but that's not murder if he dies in an accident.
It's not murder if the demons get him in the water.
Yeah, but we know that's gonna happen. It's not guaranteed he dies on the train ride.
There are
the train
passenger
ride
trains.
people take every day.
Yeah, there are passenger trains. Most of it's cargo. It is semi-dangerous, but it's
Semi-dangerous, but it's not guaranteed like feeding him to demons or throwing him off a building.
it's most
If we're
likely
going to kill
to
him, we should get something out of it. Feeding him to the demons will at least get us some friendship.
That's true.
Nowadays, it's extremely rare for a train to go missing, but not unheard of.
Out of
Trains
character.
have
There's
not
also
gone
a couple
missing
other
in
people
at least 7 years.
including Syrah?
It's fine.
If you want to put him on a train, we can put him on a train, but I'm not paying for it.
Fine, I'll pay for the ticket. How much does it take to ship a coffin?
You put him in the coffin?
I'm
I
not
know.
gonna pay for him to sit in first class.
All right, we'll put him on the train. However you want to put him on the train, put him on the train.
Your money.
I storm off to go save this man.
I'll follow behind there. I do not trust Hicks' ability.
Neither do I. How much does it cost to ship him on a train?
I don't.
I
think
drug
it's-
him. If you're curious on how I stayed to comply, I drug him.
Okay, I think if
Okay.
you want to,
Once he's drugged, I'll leave you be.
I think the ticket combined with the bribe, so people don't open that luggage, would be a coin.
God, I have to pull this out of my stash because you
I'll
idiots
give you
kidnapped
the coin.
someone.
I'll give you the coin. I already pulled
We
it out
could
of my
just
stash.
toss him to the demons.
Yeah.
Takes cares. Wait, he doesn't want anyone killing him. Yeah, okay,
Hicks
I'll
doesn't
take
want
it.
any blood on his hands.
Well, not cold-blooded murder.
Okay.
Yeah,
When you go-
I'll give you the coin.
Yeah, he is compliant. When you meet him downstairs, he doesn't have anything on him. I think he's just. As soon as you walk in the door, he's like, I would like to request a lawyer, if that is something you're able to provide me.
Sir, here's how this is going to work. And then I hold up my hand and I blow it, and there's a cloud of pink smoke as he gets hit with trance powder, and we move forward with the train deposit.
Okay, cool. And it's just smooth.
Are you gonna hit him with your mojo so he doesn't remember you?
Ooh, you're right.
Yeah.
Ooh,
And he
I
just
forgot.
murdered us.
Never mind. I will continue that conversation and not immediately drug him.
Okay.
I forgot that I have the one power that I have.
Be like, hey man, this is all big misunderstanding.
That's what I
I'm
say.
sorry about my
Sir.
red-vested friends.
So this is how it's going to work. You're free to tell your mistress that we shall be vacating the matter shortly. As soon as we find a new place to live and can secure our belongings over, we'll be leaving. But as we don't currently have a place to move to, and as you might have seen, we have quite the operation set up here. We're going to need a little bit more time than you have given us. So, to extend this time, you shall be taking a trip before you deliver this message. Give me a north-south nod. Bob your head.
I'm afraid to say that I haven't seen much of your operation, so to speak. I've been in this room and in the waiting room. Those are the only 2 rooms I've been in.
We have a lot of stuff.
I'm sure.
Mostly comic books.
Mostly an extended collection.
I understand. I suppose perhaps it might be best if I go on an unexpected leisure trip to Olivia, perhaps.
Yes.
Hmm.
And upon your return, deliver the message, and we will be gone.
Make, I think this is time to make a sway roll, because he might be lying and might not be.
Oh,
Either way, he's going for Ruvia.
Risky? Yeah, he doesn't really get to pick where the tickets to, but whatever.
Yes. No, you're not spending that much money. That's way too expensive.
A ruby is a lot of money.
Yeah.
He's taking the first train to Scotland.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, that's just across the water. All right.
Stick him on a
I
boat.
think I'm at a place of power here, so controlled.
Yep. And your effect here would be, I think, standard.
Standard seems fair.
It's up to you if you want to make him forget, because he would forget about you telling him that you acquiescing.
Oh, he had some paper for us to sign, right?
Not for you to sign. It was actually just proof of it was proof that they had rights to the house. But you could just send him away with a letter.
I write on his note, "We'll be out in a month," and I put it in his pocket.
Okay.
And I sign it Fusewrights Union, not my real name.
F you.
F not you.
Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
and then I'll roll.
Let's make that roll.
Can I get a devil's bargain?
Well, I think that moving can take a lot of time. I think I can. I think the free semester might be coming to a close. One tick on.
But this isn't about moving. The devil's bargain about the.
It doesn't have to necessarily be directly related.
It doesn't.
Yeah, no, I understand.
It
It's
can
just,
be
that's all weird. That's the threshold concept of this game that I haven't got over yet. Is the disconnect that can happen with some of that?
There is a disconnect, and I think it's because it isn't always possible to connect. Let's see if I have any other ideas. I have some stuff written down. No. No.
When we move out of the house, and Costa's going to come in.
We draw the ire of whoever this person is, because right now it's just she wants her plates back.
I think that would be a failure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I could take one more in the Chanting Ghost Circle shenanigans. Just say, you don't want to move there, just in case something happens there.
I'm just going to roll.
Okay.
It's
a
3.
Cool.
And then I drug him. We'll find out what happens when he comes back.
Oh, good. good.
Yes. So I'm going to start the clock right now, which is y'all have to
Good,
move
that's-
out. Now this will automatically fill over time. I'm going to make the text red. And this will
Moving
fill-
out.
Yeah. I'm not going to call it kicked out, but like eviction date, basically. And it's going to start one filled already. I'm actually going to make it. Actually, I'm going to make it a 4 o'clock, but then not make. But I'm going to make that tick up much slower. Is that how that's going to work?
Okay.
So that instead of it just like ticking up multiple segments per time, it'll tick up 1 segment per time, and it's going to start one filled due to this roll.
That seems fair.
Okay.
So
And then I blow the trance powder, put a blindfold on him, and strip him into his undies, and I put him in a box,
Except
and
for
then
the
we put
nose.
him on a train.
Oh, then is the note
Now-
in his underwear or something?
I'd
Yeah.
rather
Okay,
just
cool.
leave him, pat him down, leave him dressed. Come on. Give
Well,
him a common
No,
decency.
Hicks is already trying on his coat and stuff. Like,
Your
It
feel
is-
level.
Probably, I think this is nicer than even your parents can afford, and this is the servant's coat.
which is why he wants the cloak.
Okay.
He wants the coat. He wants
I
the
am not
shoes.
okay with you having that cloak.
He also had a simple cane. Yeah, a simple
I hold it
walking
up
cane.
like, anyone want a cane?
Is the cane an actual cane?
Did
Yeah,
he need the cane?
No, it's more of
No.
like a decorative cane,
Fancy
but it's
cane.
not actually
Nice.
that. It's like semi fancy. It's something that someone very fancy would give to their servant because they want them to be fancy, but not as fancy as me. But
Yeah.
you know, they're associated with me, and I can't.
So
have
is it
servants like
so it's something like a gift that was given to the family that they didn't like? That's like, you can have this, my nice.
Yeah, it's the
father.
hand-me-down fancy cane.
Is there a sword?
No, it's not a cane sword. It's just a
You
regular.
Yeah,
can make it a cane sword though.
Yeah, I give Zaid the cane. Like, here's your new cane. It's like, I hold the hat. Like, anyone need a new hat?
This is his stuff. It belongs to him.
Yes, but also he tried
Have you
to
not-
evict us.
Have you not grasped the communist collective thing we've got going right now?
There's more of
this
us
is the
than him, therefore we need it
redistribution.
more than him, therefore it's ours.
Yeah, redistribution of wealth.
Adric walks out.
He is the bourgeois, so we are leaving, but he's got to pay a tax for it.
Also, he tried to kick us out, which was not nice.
Yeah, I'm gone. You distribute his or
But
you
you
want.
agreed to
Thanks.
move.
I yelled
Okay.
downstairs, like, hey, do you need a new hat?
Oh, I'll take a hat. That sounds lovely.
Yeah, I throw the hat down the stairs at him.
He puts it on his.
It's a fancy ass.
Yeah, it doesn't fit the rest of him, but he like wears it like, this is the nicest hat I've had in perhaps of all time. Thank you.
His head is too big for it. It just sits on the top.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Perfect. Okay. You shipped off and not heard from for some time.
Not our problem anymore.
Not our problem anymore. So
Cool.
we have 2 downtime actions left. We have to figure out a score.
Actually,
Well, we
Andrew,
know
did
it.
you have any downtime left?
Yes, I've got one downtime as well.
Okay, so we've got at least 3.
3 downtimes, and we have to figure out a score.
Okay.
Well, we're gonna steal from the cops, right? We know they're
Hicks
they're
wants
getting
to do.
right?
As long as we're taking a vote, that's what Hicks will vote for. Stealing the cops' guns to sell to criminals.
I'm definitely good for getting some more supply.
Yeah, we need to
that's
do it.
fair. But Grind will suggest, and we don't have to go through the role play of it, but there's a bunch of scientists out there that are currently being hunted down and could use a safe harbor and could help us make more bombs and other assorted nonsense.
New game.
I understand this.
Bang of
But-
tech of tinkers.
Yeah, Grind, let me remind you, this train comes once. And if the blue coats get these guns, they shoot them at us.
Yes, it's fair.
And your scientist friends.
What's the
I think
sentinel
Scums
do
would be-
again?
What did you say, Jordan?
What is a sentinel again?
I don't.
That's
know.
someone who watches the lightning barriers, right?
Oh, yes. I
Okay.
think so.
Damn. Probably not useful to be like, I know a sentinel, she could protect them.
Not protect them. So they're more of an engineer ghost killer hybrid.
Yeah.
What are we trying to protect here?
The
Scientists.
other people in that paper that was published about
Grind wanted us to go recruit a gang of scientists.
I've
Yeah.
got a vicious thug. They might actually be able to do something.
I imagine that there's probably a half dozen people if you also include the assistant researchers and stuff like that.
Yeah, we could get a gang of scientists.
Yeah.
We could get Science Squad Alpha or whatever.
I don't know if are they
Make the
going to
big
get
MT.
are they all going to get ganked like if we don't do that job right now?
I mean, I wouldn't.
I would say the next day after this, which I'll just say happens, you get a message from. Why did I just forget his name? I literally had it in my head. I don't know how. What's the Hutton? Yeah, you get a message from Hutton. It's for Grind. It just says like, "Stay out of Char Hollow. I can't protect you anymore. Be safe." It doesn't. It isn't signed. You know it's from him though.
Yeah.
So as long as we don't hear about any mobs like marching to go find these people,
We have
I think
more
they-
time on the
6
scientists than
hours.
we do on the cop guns.
I think we do cop guns
Besides,
because
without
we get
supply, we
Do
can't do
we-
anything anyways.
Do we want to? What is it? Study that situation to be sure of that?
That's why I wanted to say it. That's why I was trying to say this before we used our 3 downtime actions. So whatever, that either A, we could use the downtime action to figure some of this out, or B, we can use a downtime action to get a leg up on whatever mission we take.
I think-
there are going to be a couple other NPCs that want to have conversations with you guys. Do you want to have those first? then?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do those.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah. Let's
As it
figure out where
stands
the
right
priorities
now,
are.
I think we do one downtime action just to like try and find a new place, right? And then the other two, like that.
I
that
need to
one
remove stress.
Yeah, I
I
think
may or may not need to, depending on how this goes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've got.
Get some bad free play. I'm high with stress and needing to heal. Maybe.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I've got
I think-
4 right now, and if I'll lead something and take enough that I can de-stress and not freak out.
Exactly.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. One, I'm not going to have a scene unless you right now. I think this one of your gang members tells you that some of members of the Vultures have approached them in their turf, basically delivering a message saying that the Vultures have heard that the Union has made the gondoliers safe in the waters, and they want in on that. So that's one thing.
Wait, no, but the vulture should be under the umbrella for the terms. It's people that work with us.
They aren't working with us. Not
They-
yet.
Not yet.
You're right, they're not.
I've only
They give you
managed
a
to get
one-time
2 ticks on
shipment.
that clock. I've
You're
had the
right.
worst-
I'm sorry, I forgot. I got confused. You're right. They're not actually. They're just our friends. We don't actually work together.
Yeah. So that's one.
Well,
of
they're
the
lower
things.
tier than us, right?
Not yet. We're 1 week.
You're one.
They were one
you just
strong.
went up. You're
Oh, one
strong.
strong.
One
actually,
strong.
now.
Yeah, we went up.
And they're 2, I believe. They're 2.
Their vultures are tier 1 weak.
Vultures. Oh, I shouldn't have changed that. They're actually tier 1 strong as well then, because they're no longer at war. So
Oh,
I'm
okay.
gonna change that.
Here, I can do
Okay,
it.
so we can.
So
Would be good with trying to finally get that merge meeting going.
So that's an
yeah,
option.
I mean,
there is
we
more
have-
though.
leverage.
During one of, I think like, probably. Do you guys ever hang out in your turf during time there, or is it just the gang members that mostly do
In
the
like
rec-
Crowsfoot?
in Crowsfoot?
Hicks
in your
does.
expanded turf. Okay, Hicks. A woman who's just like walking by in an umbrella like stops as you would be walking by her. Her eyes blink and they're like pitch black for a second, and she whispers in your ear with the voice of a demon, explaining basically that Satara is now ready to make the final move against the Spirit Wardens. Time to pay up the
God
end of the bargain. Yeah, no, it's everyone is calling on you guys. Welcome to popularity.
We're only tier 1. How are we this popular?
Well,
this
I,
case-
I know we're awesome, but damn.
The demon thing is
Our
You made
crew
it-
is
you
all
made it-
about making friends. We've done that.
that's the thing.
No.
Yes, and you made a devil with the demons, and you haven't had to pay them up yet, and now they are.
We've been.
It was the nebulous timeline on that stuff.
It was. They are ready. They are ready to make the finishing blow now. So they are.
We need to get guns first.
They are calling on you immediately. I'm just saying they are just letting you know now because they because things went so well for them, they're suddenly ready to finish off their war with the Spirit Wardens immediately. If you get the guns first, they will consider that a breach of the bargain, and whatever else that means.
No.
Just letting you know. I'm not saying you literally have to, but just
I understand.
you could.
You're gonna have to go have a sit down with a demon lady.
Yes.
So immediately after that, the scene continues with her like stopping to like tie her shoe and whisper that to me, and then stand back up and walk away. And then Hicks like watches and waits till she's out of the eye shot, and then goofily sprints to 6 towers to relay this.
Nice.
But he waits till she's out of eye shot before he sprints off.
Okay.
Oh.
So same room, same meeting too.
Meeting to
It's been a few days. I
just
think.
like panting. He gets there, like all of this is off. We got to go take down the demons need us, and we can't stop them.
If you do,
We
by the
have-
way, if you do this, you will have fulfilled your bargain with them, in a way. Like that.
Does that mean that we'll keep the friend status, but they
Will
won't?
they will they start attacking our boats now?
No, but now they might if you then piss them off.
Okay.
Like it's still stable, but they are not bound to not attack your boats, and you are not bound to help them. But they
Okay, so it's like the deal is done, and then from
and
there
then
on,
status quo stays as it was, but it isn't stuck
Still
where it
something
is.
right.
Both of these jobs will want her on the water. Is there any way we can mesh them together somehow?
Oh God! Don't do both at once. Those are two jobs we don't want to do.
No.
We grab the guns and immediately just drive that boat full of ammunition into the Spirit Wardens and blow
It
it
is
up.
actually on the hardware. It is actually, but
fair.
I think it's raised though. I'll have to look up the White Crown stuff. White Crown might be like
To be fair,
physically higher.
we have two ticks of
We have ticks and what now?
two ticks of supply left, so
You
we
have
can
some of your own
build some
supply.
bombs
Yeah.
until and then like the very next job we do a supply job. But I think that means we can't
Yeah.
get the top guns.
The supply just means that we can't do sale jobs, right? Or
Primarily, yes, because that's a vast.
It
amount
also
of
means
money.
we have to like acquire assets for stuff
general
that we
bomb
should.
using stuff. You still have the stuff on
Yeah.
your bandolier. That's not related to this.
Yeah.
But anything.
But if we need
beyond your
like a
bandolier,
job bomb, we can't do that if we don't have
you
supply.
can't just have one. Yeah.
Well, we can right now because we're 2 ticks away from out of supply.
Correct. Yeah, that's the thing.
Do we have
We-
any other Anyone else say hello?
There is yes, but it's not like a you must do this job thing. It's Costa is gonna go say hi
hit
to
up Zaid.
Zaid. Yeah, but it's not gonna be a score thing.
We can do the demon talk now to ask like what specifically do you need us to do?
I don't think we need to do that talk ever, actually.
well, it would help before we did it with downtime actions, just in case we need to prep something.
Well,
Yeah.
I just mean by the nature of how Blades works, I feel like we could background some of like the demon planning talk, because that's part of the...
Yeah,
Well, we
I
need-
mean, it doesn't have to be a scene. We can just
Yeah.
know the details.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't need... My point was we don't need a whole scene for that.
Image Chase, without the scene, what details? What do they want us to do?
Yeah.
Cool. They want you to. Where did I put it?
TLDR. Too long didn't.
There we go.
Didn't do scene.
They want you
TLDRP.
to sneak into their manor and plant a destructive device something they want you to unleash the black ooze that you gave them before. upon
Higgs
the
is so pumped for this job, but he's also terrified.
And
that's right, I gotta
then,
take that
when it is
off.
unleashed as a distraction, they will. It will be some sort of attack. They seem to make it seem like it is a destructive thing. They will attack from the outside while that is on the inside, and they want you to join in the rest of the attack as well.
They know we're
So,
not fighters,
we need to-
right?
So now we're down for getting into the manor.
I mean, we need to infiltrate that manor, is what they're asking us to do.
Yes.
Yes.
with them.
Or at least
Yeah.
get the vial in the map.
Not with them. Like once
No.
we're in, we signal them.
Yeah, the demons
so they
can't
want
enter the
they
manor.
want- They want the bomb on the inside of the walls, not the
Correct.
outside.
Yes.
Oh, mhm.
The signal
Yeah.
is the bomb, though.
The signal is presumed explosion or something. Yeah.
Some
So we can pick
Cthulhu.
somewhere on the timer,
or-
and then be out of there. Kind of like the prison job, honestly.
Yeah, it's a lot
Wait a
harder
minute.
than the prison job.
What is the
this is a stealth
the
job.
general architecture around their stronghold? Like the buildings around them, are they tall?
They're like manor size, so they are tall, but not in terms of towers. But they're all much like Six Towers in its prime was. So several large manors next to each other. But this specific one, the Spirit Wardens one, is several probably times larger than most of the others because it's also a training ground. It has like a large yard, fenced yard around it.
I mean,
I'm wondering if drift oil plus bird, and we don't even go in.
well, the thing is with the bird, they have a bell that destroys my bird.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Also, if the bird dies, you die. So
Yeah.
and they're on the lookout for that bird.
Yeah.
All right. Well, drift oil plus, time detonation, the fuel air ooze.
They also have
No,
mentioned
I
that
got
the
it.
reason is
Hot air balloon and Zaid.
they've
on
mentioned the reason they
roof
need to do
across
this
the
now
street.
is because the Spirit Wardens, they suspect the Spirit Wardens are preparing some kind of powerful ritual that will make them much more dangerous on the waters and able to fight the demons back.
Mm.
So
That copper armor actually is water wings.
It's something in addition to the copper armor.
So here's an idea that I had. So we just got some clothes that are tier 3. We have a
Quality
guy
3, but
who's
yeah.
very good at talking. What'd you say?
Quality
Spence,
3, but yeah.
Quality 3. We have a guy who's really good at bullshitting. That also is really good at planting bombs.
Delivery from Lord Strangford. Here, take this box. Bring it to your captain or whoever.
They want the ooze if this is the wall, right? Do they want it right here or just somewhere inside?
Somewhere inside, not literally in the front door, but like a couple rooms in. They don't have a specific.
Is the goal to set the ooze off, or is the goal to breach the wall? Because
not
those are
breach
two
the
very
wall.
different goals.
No, it is to set the ooze off.
Yeah, it
that will
seemed
act
as if whatever is in the ooze is sentient and will do a thing.
So what it's going to be is, that's like one thing for me to leave a box at the front door with a timer in it, and then walk back out the front door.
But they also want our help, right? After this goes off?
They do want you to help the attack. Yes. And then
we
that's
just
it.
attack with them.
So right now, as it stands, it's an assault plan with maybe a setup of getting the box in first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're not good at
The
those.
question that Adric has is, you stopped me because of hulls before. Do we have a reasonable way to deal with them now?
Hope the
Demons.
Hopefully it's in the
Demons.
bottle.
And hopefully the bottle is another option, yes.
I think the bottle might be more demons.
So avoid them.
Yes.
That
For
worked
the
well
most part,
before.
avoid them. Well, before it was an enclosed space. You have a
Yeah.
big courtyard now and demons. So I think the holes will go after the demons. I think this is very
That's leaving a lot
barely
to chance.
doable. I mean, when we deal with demons, a lot's left to chance.
So I turn and I look. This is I'm assuming. Hey, do we have any more downtime? We still have downtime stuff to do.
Yeah, and I've
Yeah.
got a couple.
I can also spend money, just pull out of my stash.
Well, don't do that. So Hicks goes, how can we make this job work for us? How do we
Loot the place.
I
Yeah,
mean, getting supply out of there
They're
would be
low
awesome.
on cash. I don't see
They're
why the
letting us
demons would
loot
care.
the place, right?
Well, they wouldn't care. They
The
want to
demons
destroy
do
it.
not care.
We can loot the place. We're gonna get anti-demon shit that'll help us in case.
Yes. Now,
Maybe
the way
people are
to
out
keep
out
in
of
mind,
there.
this is probably this is not going to be an assault and stay there thing. This is going to be do as much damage as possible and get out before the hordes of bluecoats that are around. Though they aren't that effective, they will probably step in.
Overwhelm.
Yeah.
They're
I can't
not
even loot it,
super
I'll be
effective. Blue
Not to
coats
mention-
are not effective against demons.
You're
They're
right.
super effective against humans.
Also, the military is in the same district, the military headquarters. So it's going to be more of a strike and do as much damage as you can, and then get out. It's not.
Yeah.
Looting is totally a thing you could do, but it's not going to be. You're not going to have time after to loot.
After the job.
So
yeah.
is it like here? This building or which?
It is, yes, precisely that building, actually.
Okay.
So it has an opening to the water.
That is their, I
Yeah.
think, main. I think. Yeah, you're right. The
That's like
docks aren't
entrance.
there. I think that's actually raised up because this is a lighthouse. So I think it's
Yeah.
actually higher up on the hill. It's not
Let me check
directly
the.
adjacent, but they probably have boats here on these docks.
Let's go.
Is likely what they're.
Can we maybe secret tunnels our way into this thing?
Do we have secret tunnels?
Do
I
you
don't
wanna-
think so, not yet. But
you wanna
if we
work
can
on
maybe
secret
use
tunnels?
that to get this job to get that
Oh,
somehow.
as a reminder, secret tunnels you don't have it when the clock is done. You have access
We have to do a
the
job
the
still.
score. to get
Exactly,
it.
and I'm trying to see if we can make this job that job.
Oh, do
Yeah,
the secret
how
tunnel
it
scores is
benefited
set up
us.
for the rest of it?
The secret, but the people in we already know. I already did the as part of doing the thing. We found out the secret tunnels are like wraith controlled. I think.
Yes.
Yeah, and they're the basically thieves guild.
They're
Not the guild, but
gang
they're
of
a gang of
thieves.
thieves. Yeah.
I don't
This
see
is-
how. I just don't see how to link these two things together.
We tip them off on how the I already forgot the faction's name.
The Wraiths.
Wraith,
No. The
spirit wardens.
Spirit Warden.
Spirit Wardens are going to be distracted to use their secret tunnels to go into the Spirit Warden base, steal as much stuff as they can, and for this information, we get half of what they steal.
Wait.
I'm
Here's a
gonna
plan.
say
Use
while
secret tunnels.
while the
Here's my
asset.
horrible plan. I have a
Okay.
horrible plan. We can figure out if this is even possible. What if we get the Wraiths to drop off the package, unknowing that there's going to be a whole demon brawl thing happening?
You just get Wraiths
we
to
take
do
the
part of your
tunnels.
part for you.
You trust thieves to not to deliver a package for you?
Well, they break
It's
in and they
not
take
just
whatever
that.
they want. We tell them, here's some information. We do some scouting for them. We get a hook. We bait the hook, and we get them to go do this mission, and then we take their tunnels.
I vote the 50-50 plan. Getting friends is always part of our crew's MO, and we'd get access to the tunnels, we'd get 50% of the loot, and we'd get done what we want.
Yeah, I think we call them in
They're
with
doing
an
our work
offer.
for the tip.
Yeah. They do our part of the job, which is putting the package as far in there as possible. They get half the loot that they take out while we're also helping the demons out front. And then we still get some of that loot.
I still think we should probably send Hicks in with the bomb, though. I do not trust thieves with that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Basically, just say, "Hey, there's going to be some disarray here.
Well, then I don't think we
As
need to
much as you
involve
can,
them.
we want half and the tunnels."
Yeah, I don't think we need to involve them then.
Yeah.
Unless we're conning them out at the secret tunnels. I don't think there's a need to.
I don't think we need to con them out of it. I think we can share, and I figure, hey, how's this benefit us? Here's a great way. But yeah, it's not necessary. You're right.
Well, it could be if we're conning them out of the secret tunnels, we tell them about the Spirit Wardens being distracted. Instead of leaving through the water, we tell the demons there's going to be secret tunnels that lead through here. Follow these guys. So we go through the secret tunnels with the demons.
No, we don't send the fish demons through the tunnels. They'll eat
But
our
we can
new
do a big
friends.
two-pronged attack.
Oh, you want them to be our friends?
No, I don't know. But they'll eat them before we can try.
That's fair.
If we want them to be our friends, why are we trying to con them out of the tunnels?
You know, friends loosely. I want their stuff, but I don't want to murder them.
Just share. Share.
Share the tunnels.
This is a lesson even I have learned.
It's not a sharing problem. It's they won't let us use their tunnels.
Yeah, but we're bribing them with, hey, here's some stuff.
That's not enough for their main asset.
So here's a question, a little bit of a tangent, but who hates us that's around our faction level, our tier?
Well, you did just finish off Ulf Ironborn.
Are we just gonna continue aiming
Bill hooks.
The bill hooks, that's primarily because they heard that Grine sabotaged Ulf's thing, so they have a raised eyebrow towards you.
The citizenry of Crowsfoot.
the foundation?
The foundation.
Well, I'm
Oh no, they're
I'm
tier
looking
4.
at blowback here because the spirit wardens have allies, right? And
Yes.
if they know we're involved, we're probably going to war with somebody.
Unless this kills the spirit wardens, we're going to war with the spirit wardens.
I mean, that too. So
This won't kill
protecting
the spirit
ourselves
wardens.
by potentially,
You would need some way to hide our
disguising ourselves
identities,
as somebody else.
Yep,
Might
that
be a
is
good
totally an
idea.
option.
I would like to pull out the Duskfall Times or whatever and see if there's a conveniently timed gala or something.
There's always a conveniently timed gala.
Please
Nope.
tell me, is it at that manor? And
This
it's
is-
obviously a masquerade party.
Obviously.
Oh, that's so tempting.
It's the
Is
spirit
this a
wardens.
social? Do we go to the fundraiser brunch? Plant dressed as what's it called?
That would actually be great.
Oh, could
I
I
was
flashback
we make
having
this a
stolen the
social
people
attack.
who I
We make
murdered
this a-
clothing?
We make this a social score as we are caterers catering this big brunch or whatever.
So yes,
And
I
we
think
meet-
that so if you're looking at this, yeah, soon the spirit that's probably like the last day of the ritual, and they're celebrating this ritual that empower the spirit wardens to beat back the demons. They're having this big celebration planned because of course the demons don't read newspapers. They're telling everybody who is important enough to be invited and who is nobility and stuff like that. And they would be like, yes, come here and see this new demon fighting power that we're going to have, and you'll see that we're expanding civilization, and they would be inviting like nobility and military officers and things.
Slight brain blast. Why are we not including the church in this?
Oh, the church will be there.
Like, no, us. Like, why we're partnered with fucking demons? They want to be demons. Why are we not getting the church involved?
The Church of the Ecstasy of the Flesh. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, because the Church of the Ecstasy of Flesh is actually an ally of the Spirit Wardens. That might be why you don't want to.
You're probably helping with the ritual half of this.
Or are you talking
But
about
if
the
they're-
forgotten gods?
No,
No.
I'm talking about the ecstatic
the
flesh,
Ecstasy of the Flesh.
or whatever the
Specifically,
hell.
yeah, the Church of the Ecstasy of the Flesh. Some of them believe
Which is a great
that
church, by the
being
way.
a demon is better than being a ghost. Therefore, and it's like the least bad option out of every afterlife you could possibly have. So they're looking for ways to turn into demons. Yep.
Yeah. So if the church is going to be there, maybe we do a thing in free play that gets us in with the church. Because hey, demons, guys.
Question: How noble is Adric? Can we coattail ride by your technically a noble into this party?
Does
Probably, but not in a good way. That's not
Does-
You
how
could
noble
probably
is
do it
Penny Scoff?
once.
exactly.
does Gerlach get invitations to these things at all?
He did mention before how he stopped being invited to parties. So if you could probably get him an invitation, but he isn't automatically sent them anymore.
Right. If we
The
could get
Spirit Wardens are probably reticent to ever allow Skurlock onto the premises.
We did like steal a thing from them for him.
He is an enemy of the Spirit Wardens. They do not like each other. He is
Oh,
not he is not usually invited to any noble parties. He's never invited to Spirit Warden parties. And they're called the
I mean,
Spirit Wardens. They have the best alcohol at their parties.
they guard it.
It's always locked up. Fucking bar.
I do believe that. I disagree. I'm pretty sure the governmental organization with the best alcohol would be the Leviathan Hunters.
Oh,
Probably. But it's probably
it's
will
like
kill you by
highest
30.
alcohol proof. It's
The
like
weird stuff they make at sea.
Yeah.
AKA raid the cellars as we move because we're living in a fire.
yeah. So
Spirit Wardens, Spirits brand alcohol.
I think
But yeah, I think Party Crash, Plant Bomb, we can worry that the gun shooting can be background. We don't have to care about that. It's the party.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think that's our best way of not dying instantly is deception.
I don't know. I think we could sneak in fairly easily.
I don't think we should sneak in, because sneaking in here means smashed by robots.
No, I think we deceive. We trick our way in.
Yeah.
You put
and plant the
get
bomb.
yourself some party invites and join.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if we can mix with a bunch of innocent people, that significantly lessens lightning thrown from robot.
Yeah, that was also part of my thought process. Also, the party angle is harder to pin it on us.
Yeah.
True.
Because part of the party angle means that we leave with the other guests in the chaos.
And then maybe go get changed into your fighting disguises and then go and fight.
Yeah, into our fighting gear, but we show up in disguise.
Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay,
But we
I think
leave in the chaos, so we're not connected.
yes. Let's take a quick break and we'll continue to talk about this. And when we're back, let's jump back into free play and doing stuff about our ideas.
Downtime's done, and go blow up some spirit wardens.
Yep. We'll be back in a few minutes. Thank you, everyone, for staying tuned.